I see that.
In a second. It's loading.
It's loading. Well, good morning, everybody. This is great. We have a room full for our January 2026 Super Stitch Social. Know that there's some folks joining from home. Already have some messages from a couple people who said they would be joining in. So we want to welcome you. I was reflecting earlier on I believe it was January, maybe February of last year. And I think we had 3 people, and it was 3 people more than we expected because it was a day when Mother Nature decided to give us a couple feet of snow. So I was so grateful for the warm weather to allow everybody to safely travel in. So good morning and welcome. If I'm going to try that. Okay, if we can, there we go. Okay, so for those joining us from home, our keyword today will be 2026. So just the numeric 2026. Everybody in store, have you received a ticket coupon for our drawings later? All right. Well, we have a lot now that we are looking into 2026 to go over, and we'll try to move through it as quickly as possible, but a ton of wonderful new information. So to get started, we are ringing in 2026. We had a sale that was for last week, and we extended it because I talked about snow and it prohibiting people from driving, and we had a little bit of that white stuff last week. So we did extend our fabric sale through tomorrow, and that is 26% off of fabric, notions, and accessories. In addition to that, we are doing up to 20% off on some select models of machines. And with that discount, we'll get into some more details, but prices have not been lower in years. So we've got some fabulous, if there's any machine that you've been looking at, anything that you've been considering a smaller machine to bring to classes, something for your granddaughter or your daughter, definitely the time to look at doing that. So what is new for 2026? It's a lot. The first one is our text messaging. Several people have signed up so far for our new text messaging service. Several more of you are still welcome to join. It's a great way for us to just sort of get the word out. I'm sure those of you who are joining us this morning that are already signed up received our reminder about the social today. So, yep, you're welcome for that. You are welcome for that. Because it's sometimes we get busy with life, right? And it's just that nice little reminder. We also want to do some flash sales specific to our text customers. So if we can go ahead and pass this around the room, this is a QR code that you can use to sign up for the text messaging service. So, it does ask you when you subscribe to respond with a yes. Make sure you do that because we've had a lot of people that just sort of show on our end as pending because you sign up, but you don't type that actual yes. And it's something that the service requires. That way they know that, yes, you really want to subscribe and it's not just, we're not pulling phone numbers out of a database and putting them in there. You need to sign up yourself. For our friends joining us from home, if you go on our website, which is superstitch.com, there's a nice little button in the bottom left corner that says, click here to join our texting. So you have that available to you that way. Something else new with technology, we have a new website coming. It's exciting, it's fun, it's scary, and will be wonderful all in one. So Ann and I have been very busy over the past few weeks working with the new vendor, and behind the website is a new point of sale system for us in store. Not going to get into a lot of details with it other than we're doing data migration, but now when we enter a new product in store, it'll automatically post to our website. It's going to make scheduling classes and posting classes significantly less steps and easier to get the information in front of you. It should make your shopping experience better for you. We also will need to test everything out. So I can't say for sure that it's going to happen, but we're about 98% sure that we can reintroduce a rewards program. So as you shop with us, you accumulate points, which can be redeemed for a coupon. So more to come on that once we continue through the rollout. So we will be sending out a message. There will be about a day or so when it gets to the point that we're ready to go live, that it's going to transition out of the old one and into the new one where you can't place an order. It'll be a little glitchy for that day or so. So we just wanted to put that in front of you now, and we'll get that reminder out. So bear with us, but it should be wonderful once we get through that little hiccup.
It'll still be superstitch.com.
It'll still be superstitch.com. Yep. No changes there. It'll look a little bit different. It'll function a whole lot better for both you guys on the customer side and for us on the staff side.
Will signing in be different?
It should be different. Yes. Yep.
Because right now it's crazy. If I go in there and put in my password and stuff, then it's then
Nope. You don't even need a pat. Like right now, you just want to check out as a guest. And that's part of why we're looking at the new system, because we want to make it better for all of you. Okay, something else that's new, and we talked about this last month at the December social, but we have the Hoop Sisters monthly wall hanging club. We're going to do a class on it, which is free for all club members. It's the second Wednesday of each month. And here is that sample. This will be the February wall hanging, but we're making it this month in January. Why? So that you have time to get it finished up, and on February 1st, you can display it. In February, we will make the March wall hanging, and so forth. And when you sign up for the club each month, you will receive a fabric packet that's, I have it right here, ready to go for that month, all the fabrics that you need. You'll get a Super Stitch USB stick with the files on it, or if you just want to bring in your thumb drive that you have, then we can add those files to it for you. And then you will also receive a Hoop Sisters discount card. So for the entire year that you are a member of the program, you'll get 10% off all Hoop Sister merchandise that we have in store. Your Hoop Scissors, your Trimmers by George, the consumables like the Battleizer, any other patterns that we carry in stock, you'll get 10% off of through that year. So a really great program. Some people have asked, because the month is on here, do I have to stitch the month? No, it's just a color change. You just skip it if you just want to do the design without February. The March one I absolutely love. And it's so much prettier in person. And the one thing too, and I'll hand this to Darla to pass around for you guys. With these, that size that I was showing is the 8-inch block size, but they also will give you the files for the 5-inch block size. So if you have a smaller machine with a minimum 5.5-inch square hoop, you can make the 5-inch size even if you can't handle an 8-inch size block in your machine. And it's a little bit smaller, but it's great. So we're really, really excited. One question that has come up is, if you don't want to sign up for the whole club, can I just do a one-off month? Yep. And yes, we can do that. It is going to be a savings to you to do it for the whole year. It's, you know, a la carte, as you will, as it were, will be a little bit more expensive because we can't put that discount forward for everybody doing the whole thing. But we do have that. And then we have sale prices on joining the club through the 16th of January. So if you want to sign up for the whole year, and there's 2 different payment options also. One is you pay for the full year, and it's a one and done payment. It's the maximum savings for you guys. Second option is a monthly subscription, where every month with our old system, we'll just do a one-time thing for January. And then with our new system, we can do subscriptions where you can auto bill and get everything set up for February through December. So we'll get that set up. So that's the new Hoop Sisters Club. So really, really encourage you guys to join it. And with the class, the way that Ellen's going to primarily be leading those classes, she's looking at what's a different technique that's unique to this particular month's project and kind of focusing on some of those differences, and then just working on the blocks together in a fun community environment, and then you can finish it up and have it ready to go. Another new thing is our 3-yard clubs. And the 3-yard clubs, we have a rack out here with the 3-yard fabric bundles, and those are $39 regularly. For club members, it's $34.99 a month. And we are curating seasonal fabric packets. So I have the first few months here. So for January, we're doing a fun Valentine heart themed. I'll show you March, and I'll put that over the overhead too. I don't know if there's a glare or not, if it shows. March, we have, so in February, you would get March with the shamrocks. And for April, we have some Easter type of things. And so we will be sort of seasonally curating maybe flowers as we get into May, and patriotic over the summer, into fall, and fall leaves and Halloween and Christmas and so forth as we move through the year. But there have been some questions about, well, what if I don't want seasonal fabric? And so what we can do for you, if you sign up for the club and one of the month's packets you just really don't like, you are welcome to bring it in and exchange it for one of the already other pre-made packets that we have in our rack. So if you really say, you know what, hearts aren't my jam, I won't use the February fabrics, that's fine. You can switch it out and pick any of the other packets that are in the rack. So that's kind of a nice way to build your stash. And what we're doing with this club, when you sign up, I thought I missed a question. We are going to give you one of the 3-yard quote books as a free bonus for signing up and joining the club. And these patterns are they're fun. They're a nice little, cut it out one afternoon, stitch it up the next afternoon, and you have a throw quilt. They're great for beginners. They're great for somebody just looking for a quick, yes, even you. Even you. But we will be providing that to you as well when you sign up for the club. And just like with the wall hanging club, when you join, if you pay for the whole year, there's a little bit greater savings. If you do it monthly, it's $34.99 a month. And we would just do the 1 month for this month, and then would set up the subscription with our new. No, the 3-yard. Yeah. Yeah, the 3-yard is $34.99. And then I did forget to mention too with the wall hanging, and as it's passing around, and I have one here in the packet to show you, with the wall hanging club, when you join, you get a free hanger, just like the one that we have ours displayed on. You just took it off. That works. Yeah. Yep, fell off, so it's sitting here. But you will get that for free. When it's hanging on your wall, it won't fall off as easily as passing it around a room full of folks. So we're excited about these new clubs. We're hoping that it brings you some fun, something to look forward to. One lady who signed up for the 3-yard club, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, she said she is most excited to just have something fun coming in the mail. She's out of the area, and she said, I have this to look forward to each month. So it's kind of fun to see what am I getting. And there will not be any classes tied specifically to the 3-yard club. However, I did talk with Darlene, and we will look in the spring, and then maybe we'll do another one in the fall or something where we will do a 3-yard quote class that she will pick a pattern, we'll do that pattern. And whether you're a member of the club or not, that's a class to look forward to. Karen.
What would be the annual fee if you did it all at once?
If you did it all at once, would be $399.
What about the panel?
Oh, for the panels. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So for the monthly wall hanging club, we're jumping back to the Hoop Sister panels. If you do the 5-inch block, it's $59 a month on a monthly payment. If you do the 8-inch, which is the size that we have our samples on that are getting shared around the room, that's $69. The $10 difference in price is because there's a lot more fabric in the larger size block. If you did it all at once for the Hoop Sisters monthly wall hanging club, the 5-inch, a one-time purchase would be $639 for the year. And the 8-inch, our sale price right now for the year would be $749. And then back to the 3-yard packets, $34.99 a month or $399 for the year. You can. You absolutely can. So the question was, can we just buy the files for the Hoop Sisters? And those are $19.99 a month for the files alone, without fabric or any of the other stuff. Yep. $19.99. So yes, and that's a digital download type of thing. So you bring in your thumb drive and we can pop it on your thumb drive. With the new system, we can get it where you can download it through the website too. So when you can't sleep at 2 a.m. on Saturday night, you can go online and get it. Because we've all been there. When I get a chance to sew, it's not when we're open and I think, oh, I should have grabbed. So, all right. Any other questions on those 2 new clubs before we move along? Okay. So sewing and embroidery clubs that we have all known to come and love and enjoy, we are going to start doing those for our machine owners as a video only. We'll record it, we'll post it. And the reason why is we have some other classes to go over, and to make room in the schedule, we're going to move those. And we were only getting a couple people coming in store for those. So we'll do those as virtual, but we will still make that education available to our machine owners, to you. So that'll be the last Wednesday of the month that we'll aim to have those videos up and ready for you by. Okay, Artistic Digitizer Club with Darla. That will be the 3rd Friday of each month. How many of us, at least half, I think, looking around the room, have purchased Artistic Digitizer or have received it with your CM17 purchases? A lot of us have the program. It's a fabulous program from Janome. You don't have to own a Janome machine to use Artistic Digitizer by Janome, because you can export your files into PESs if you're one of our brother owners, or even folks who have other machines, other brands than what we carry. You can also use the software to make your files and then export them. And it's great because you can design your own things. I don't know if half of you remember or not, last year Darla had some Christmas stockings that she showed, that she had made as Christmas gifts with the names, and the whole thing was stippled and quilted and absolutely gorgeous. And she laid the whole thing out in Artistic Digitizer, stitched them out in the hoop. It wasn't a pattern that she purchased from anyone. She made it. And I know a lot of us have had a lot of excitement when we've had Ann Hine, who's a Janome educator and Artistic Digitizer extraordinaire, come and present, and everybody has thoroughly enjoyed when Ann has come. Problem is, she's here for a couple of days at a shot and she can't get deep into things. And she has fabulous videos on YouTube, but there's a lot to learn. It's more than what can be covered. So Darla, who has invested a significant amount of time in learning Artistic Digitizer, is going to be running this club. And why don't you, I'm going to pass the mic to you and let you speak to what you're doing.
Okay, so basically, the first class we're going to do is next Friday, is a week from Friday. a week from today.
A week from today. Yep.
So I'm going to start with some basics on setting up your software. And we're going to do 3 blocks. I'm going to start doing these blocks, and we're going to end up building like a sampler quilt just to hang on your wall so you can see the different techniques and whatnot. It's going to be simple at first, and then it'll get more complex as we go along. So,
but Darla's goal is to really be able to say, all right, we're going to click here, bring in a box for the shape of that block.
yes.
Now we're going to click here to add a line for the stitch and flip.
It's going to be very basic to begin with. So, some of you have some experience, and the beginning might be a little boring, but there's a lot of people they've never used the software, and
they're scared of it. Yep.
They need to start somewhere. So we're going to start with real basic blocks.
And if you can't make a certain month,
It's
then
going to be live.
Yep, you can watch the recording.
It'll be live, and you can watch it online. So you can go back and watch it and catch, to see something you missed, you can go back and watch it. You can stop it and you can say, okay, I missed that, and back up.
Yeah, I remember that she showed us how to do this, but I can't remember what she said. That's the perfect.
Yep.
And this is going to be free for everyone who has purchased the Artistic Digitizer program from us, whether you have Junior 1.7, Junior 2.0, Full 1.7, Full 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that we should mention is it's not a sewing or an embroidery class. We're not bringing our machines. We're not stitching out. We're bringing our laptops. You're bringing your mouse.
You're going to design. You're going to design here. Go home and stitch it out.
What time?
It'll be at 10 a.m. on the 3rd Friday of each month.
10 till 2, 1, 12, 1, 2. What are we thinking? No.
Well, I think it'll vary.
Saturday morning.
I think it'll vary.
Bring your sleeping bag.
Yeah. Bring your sleeping bags. Bring a bottle of water.
It'll vary based on what we're doing that day, because some days it might be a little quicker. The first one, I'm guessing it's going to go 2 to 3 hours at least, and it may go over a little bit, but yeah.
Yep. Maybe bring a snack. Yep.
So one thing I was going to point out is I would pick out a base fabric. So when you make your blocks, you're going to want to have a base fabric, and then you're going to use your scraps for the applique and all the other little things we do. So I would buy probably 2 yards of that base fabric, because you're going to have some mistakes.
And you're thinking just like a neutral background fabric.
Just
of
a
choice.
neutral. And I've learned that I'm going to start over, because you have a lot of that. And that's okay. That's how you learn. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. So.
And then something else to point out when you're bringing your laptop in, we ran into this the last time that Ann Hine was here, where we were trying to do something on the computer up front, and it actually picked up on one of our customers' computers. And as Ariane was trying to click, the pointer was moving around the customer's screen. And we realized, okay, there's only so many wireless codes that come in these wireless mice. Or mouses, what's the right terminal? Mice. Is it mice when it's with the computer? Mices. So if you have a corded mouse, or if you can pick one up on the cheap at Five Below or at Walmart or something, bring a wired mouse to class. That way you're not moving your mouse over here and it's controlling the screen of the other person over there. That would be a big help.
Is make sure your Artistic Digitizer is loaded and ready to go. We're not going to be troubleshooting people's software that day. We're basically going to sit down and start learning the software. So please have it up to date, have all your updates and upgrades done, and be able to click in and open the program so we can start working.
Yep.
If you need help downloading it, you need to get it done before the class.
And you can call and schedule with Steve. Darla can help too. She's part-time. Her hours to meet are a little more limited than Steve's, but call and get that scheduled,
Yeah,
and we can help
definitely
you if
have
you're
that
stuck on
scheduled.
getting it ready.
Any questions?
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
then
pass
she'll-
these
Yeah,
around.
she'll pass those around that you guys can see those first few blocks. And it's really it's a skill builder. It's so that then once you learn these skills and you want to do whatever you want, you'll have that comfort. And just like where I helped somebody with a quote label not too long ago, just bringing in some text. It's those kinds of things that Darla is going to be incorporating into the lessons that will help you master that program. So we're excited for that. Any questions on that? And if you don't have the program, you can talk to us and we can get you some pricing on it if you're interested in getting it. The next one is Art Spirit Club. I'll be leading that one. We're going to do it on the third Wednesday. So what is Art Spirit? Does anybody here have it or use it yet? Little,
Have it, but I don't use
we
it.
got a little half, yep, a couple half maybes. So Art Spirit is a brother app. So we were talking about a Janome software with Darla. So this is a brother software. It's a free app to download, and you can put it on your iPad, you can put it on your phone, you can put it on if you have a Kindle or some sort of other Android tablet type of device. And it is a mobile app. But what's great about it is you can design, and there's tons of designs for embroidery, for the scan and cut, for the sublimation printer, and the print moda, which are all brother machines. Some projects can communicate between multiple machines, so we can design an applique that we're going to send the stitch out to our embroidery machine and the cut files to our scan and cut. We can do things like cut vinyl if we wanted to do flocked vinyl, if we want to do sublimation embroidery, if we want to do some of the AI with converting photos and stitching those out. So it is brother limited, where the Artistic Digitizer works with any brand machine. This only works with the brother customers. But there's so much potential, and there's so much that this app can do. And I don't think that anyone is really unleashing the power of the creativity behind that app. So we're going to delve into that. And that'll be free for any of our brother machine owners. And I'm planning to just vary it. So 1 month we might only play with a scan and cut. 1 month we might only play with a sublimation printer. 1 month we might do something that works multiple ways. Another month it might be embroidery. So that's just a really, really fun way to look into the power of Art Spira. And later, Anne has a show and tell that has something on it that she used with Art Spira. So that's your little sneak preview of what's coming there. Any questions on Art Spira Club?
What time?
It'll be at 10 a.m. And all of our classes, unless otherwise stated, are 10 a.m. starts. And it's one of those things, too, if you don't have the brother machines and you want to come just audit the class, download the app to play with it, you don't have a machine to send your project to, but it's kind of cool just to see what it can do. There's really a lot behind it. Any questions on that one? Okay. Sewing skills series. You want to come up? Can you give Anne your mic, Darla?
Oh, sorry.
There's.
So my
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's, in case nobody knows, this is Ann Moz, our wonderful owner,
so
back in front of
I've
the
been-
classroom.
I've been out of commission for a while, but I'm finally was well enough to actually did a little bit of sewing at home. I'm going to do a show and tell later. But my main passion is sewing, just garments and just sewing skills. What I want to do is kind of go back and just teach basic sewing skills. And so I put together a survey that we're going to pass around, and you can access it through this QR code and watch. We'll send out an email with the survey. So I kind of want to see what people are interested in. And my granddaughter Violet is actually working on a curriculum. And then, so I'm looking to maybe offer a class a month where we work on basic sewing skills. We might work on a basic dress pattern or blouse or skirt or whatever. Teach you how to put in a zipper, how to do different types of hems, how to set in a sleeve, just some basic sewing skills. So I just want to see what the interest is. If people are interested in just learning basic sewing skills that you could use, you know, do you want to do garment sewing? Do you want to just do home decor? What kind of things do you want to do other than quilting? You know, Darlene does the quilting, we've done embroidery, you know, but I want to kind of get back to just basic sewing. So, so we're going to pass this around, and we want you to fill out the survey so we get an idea what the interest is there. And then, so that would be like a monthly class that we would offer. So I just want to see what the interest is, and if it's there, then we'll get
Scheduled.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
The only way to get the survey with the QR code, or did you say?
We'll send an email with the link to it as well. And I believe that Steve is posting the link in the comments on Facebook as well. So anybody that's on Facebook or YouTube, you could just click on the link in the comments that Steve is posting. But we'll send out a separate email with it as well. So there'll be several ways. But for today, we can just pass it around, and you can access the survey right there on your phones. Okay.
And we're excited to have Ann
Yes.
being willing to come in and teach again. So. For those joining us from home, the laughter was Rick said, "Hey, he might finally get his pants done." Thank you. You know, and it's funny because I see different memes come up online about quilters who say, "Oh, people find out that I quilt, and all of a sudden they want me to order this and hem that." And but all of that joking aside, the reason a lot of quilters shy away from doing that is because we don't know these basic skills. So this is an opportunity to sort of, home ec expanded. Yes. Are there any questions on that? So there's not a session scheduled yet. We're going to get this information gathered from the survey, and then Ann will continue working with Violet, and we'll get it planned, and then we'll get that scheduled and out there based on that information. Okay. Next up is, we're still looking at scheduling the patch class with Steve if there's enough interest in that, and doing some various classes with Trina. So we'll get into what's actually on the calendar, but we just kind of wanted to put what's new in front of you first, and we'll go through the whole calendar here in a short little bit. So Janome and Brother. So we talked about earlier when I first started about ringing in the new year with some significant savings on select models. And we are going to run that through Saturday the 17th. So that's a week from tomorrow. And again, those are prices. We're taking 20% off our holiday pricing, which is way lower than MSRP. So these are prices that are amazing. And for those of us who are in store, if you look along the back wall, you see the inventory that we have. It needs to go to your sewing rooms, not our classroom. So there's a lot of Brother, there's a lot of Janome. We have a bunch of Janome in another spot in the building. So we want you guys to be able to take advantage of these prices. They're amazing. I have 9 machines. Should I say that out loud? And I'm not the only one. Yeah, right. Oh, and my husband's question is always, My only question is, where are you going to put it? Every time I say, well, I want another machine. But the reason that I do have 9 machines is that yeah, he might. Yep. No, he's actually honestly a huge supporter of my sewing habit. But each machine has its own job and its own purpose. I have one machine that I use dedicated for just embroidery. I have one machine that's my primary quilting sewing machine. I have a machine that's a good travel machine. I have a machine that's a smaller embroidery machine for my children to use, so they're not using my own. I have my serger. I have a featherweight. There's reasons for every machine. So you need to, right. Exactly. But no, there's reasons that we have various different machines, and there's different tasks and reasons that we would go to this one over that one. Maybe I want to use this machine because it has a stitch regulator. Maybe I want to use that machine because it surges. Maybe I want to do this machine for embroidery, because we are doing different tasks. So talk to us. Let's see what amazing prices that we can offer to you, and get some of this rehomed to your homes. So that is going on. In addition, or aside, in conjunction with that, with Brother, there are instant rebates on the PR series, which are the multi-needle Brother machines, as well as the EV1 Avenir. And this is an amazing offer from Brother. They are doing a $1,200 instant rebate with the purchase of a new Avenir, which is the top of the line Brother sewing and embroidery machine combo. So that actually is going to go through the end of the month until the 31st of January. And if you want to pass that along, and there is a graphic for that same paper that I'm passing along. With the PR series, it's welcome to your boss era, right? So many people are starting up Etsy shops and little cottage type businesses where you're embroidering tote bags, you're embroidering maybe shirts. If somebody wants a bunch of company logos put on a shirt, things with ball caps. Ball caps are huge. We're going to do the patch class with Steve. If we have a flatbed traditional embroidery machine that you can make your patch and put it on a ball cap, but why do that when you can put it directly on the ball cap? And I know Sherry was able to do that for Bruce with his logo. Really, really, really a bunch of possibilities. Other garments like tote bags and laundry hampers, or on the leg of a blue jean that we just can't get the item opened up enough to stitch on a traditional machine. The PRs can do that. So they're doing a $600 rebate on the PR1, the 680W, and then the new 1060W. And on the graphic, it's giving you kind of an either or. You can get $300 off if you're doing the bundle. We're going to throw in the bundle for you guys. We'll do the $600 rebate and throw in the bundle. So there is great possibility with these machines. And again, going back to my thing I was saying earlier about different machines for different jobs, these PR machines are fabulous for doing these hats and that specific type of task. And it's a welcome addition to your fleet of machines, to your fleet. So I had one of my friends sent me, it was a wonderful graphic that they found on Facebook. And I'm like, this is so true. It was like an overhead outside drone type of view. And it showed this tiny little house. And then behind it was this huge building that was probably like 3 of our store buildings together behind this little house. And it said, my house, craft room. Yep. So, we can all build one of those huge, right? So also with Brother, we're really, really excited. We're going to be welcoming a Brother educator, Rosemary, and my Spanish is not great. It's Castillo, I believe. Sarton, she's a Brother educator. I had the opportunity to meet her when I was in Texas back in August at the Brother dealer event. Really, really a neat lady. And so she will be coming here to Super Stitch on March 20th and 21st. And we are going to spend the day on the 20th doing mixed media magic. And it's an event that focuses on using the EV1, the Avenir, along with the Brother Scan and Cut. And I believe she might hit a little bit on like the sublimation printer or Print Moda, but it's making a really cool project using these machines. March 20th.
Is she gonna I missed a little bit of what you said. Was she gonna do anything with the BES software?
So part of that, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide here in a second. But the second day is PR possibilities. So we were just talking about these PR machines, the multi-needles, and the second day is going to be going through all three of those different models with a demo and trunk show and education on using those machines. So to kind of answer into some of Karen's questions here, the mixed media magic, and I put the full class description on here. And I've got to step back where I can actually read it. It says, do you want to learn how to add sparkle, dimension, and interesting materials to your embroidery projects? Would you like to avoid fussy cutting your appliques? If so, join us for this exciting one-day class to learn how easy it can be to add more wow factor to your projects. While making some adorable projects, you will learn how easy it is to create multi-layer appliques, how to use non-traditional materials on your embroidery projects, how you can create truly one-of-a-kind projects with Brothers Creative Printers, and an easy way to add dimension. In addition to learning more about the Avenir, you will also learn about the ScanNCut, Brothers Creative Printers, and BES Silver software. Make amazing companions for your embroidery machine. So that's kind of the overall description that Brother gave us for this session that we're having on Friday. The Saturday session, again, that's the PR possibilities with the multi-needle machines. These machines are amazing. They really are. And this class on Saturday will be a 4-hour lecture demo event designed for current single needle home embroidery machine owners who want to take their embroidery hobby to the next level. An overview of the PR series machines lets attendees know their options. Demonstrations highlight the expanded capability and convenience of free arm embroidery and features that make the PR 1060W the perfect machine for quilting. The presentation includes key accessories that offer solutions for embroidering on those hard to hoop items. Now, while the class description says for current owners, we encourage anyone, if you're curious what the PR machines are about, come, because I didn't really understand them myself until I started to work here and play with them, and they're amazing. Okay, any questions on the Brother event?
They're 10 o'clock on that Friday and Saturday.
We are working on nailing down the time. They might start a little bit earlier. There's some back and forth with the educator to lock in the start time with that, but we will get that communicated as we get it finalized. Okay. Whew. Any questions so far? It's been a lot. I told you guys we had a lot to cover. So our 2026 class and event schedule, and I'll go through this kind of quickly because it's sort of recapping on a lot of what we already said, but it's just putting dates in front of us to put on your calendars. Today we're doing the social. Wednesday the 14th will be that first Hoop Sister wall hanging club group. Friday the 16th is the Artistic Digitizer Club with Darla. Tuesday, January 20th. So this is new. We haven't looked at this yet this morning. Darlene is going to be doing an applique table topper. Perfect for Valentine's Day. It's absolutely adorable. This is all done with ordinary sewing. This is not a machine embroidery in the hoop project. It's hand-guided applique. And what we're going to do, there's 3 different heart sizes on here. We are going to have all your fabric prepped and ready. And then in class, we're going to actually cut our hearts out on the Brother Scan and Cut, just to see how easy it is instead of sitting there and going around all those little applique shapes. We'll have our machine in here. Everybody can just cut it. And in a jiffy, we'll have hearts. So I'm going to put this on the overhead, Steve, if you can grab a view of that. So that's new and exciting. And then that will be the last Darlene class for a couple of months while she retreats to sunny Florida and leaves the cold behind her. But don't worry, she'll be back in the spring. All right, on Wednesday, the 21st is the Art Spirit Club. Friday, January 23rd, we are going to do a boho skirt with Trina. So this is, and we've shown it before, but we have it scheduled now. This is a great patchwork skirt. It uses a charm pack and just a little bit of yardage for the waist area and setting in the elastic on the waist. The way Trina made this one, she actually serged all of her piecing. So that's a possibility if you have the serger in your fleet of machines. If not, you can just do ordinary sewing with straight stitch to do that patchwork. So that will be coming up. And then the next day, and we kind of did this back to back because there's a lot of the same techniques and same setup. On Saturday, the 24th, back by popular demand, we're going to do a second session of the PJ pants. So these are just a real fun, quick, easy pajama pant. A lot of the folks who are here this morning in store came for the first PJ pant class. Did you guys learn a lot? Have fun? Yep. So we'll do another session and we'll do that one on a Saturday for those who maybe couldn't have done the first class because of work schedule conflicts or something. So that'll be at 10 a.m. on Saturday, January 24th. Wednesday, the 28th, we'll get the Sewing and Embroidery Club videos out for you guys. And then Friday, January 30th is our monthly open sew, and Darla's going to be helping facilitate and lead that since Darlene will be heading south. And that's just a fun opportunity to come in, work on whatever projects that you have underway, have the fun and camaraderie of working with one another here in our classroom. If you have a project or a technique that you're stuck on and you can't get on to the next step in that project and want some help and guidance, it's also a great opportunity where you can get that little bit of help. And then that brings us into the beginning of February for the February 6th social, where we'll be doing the same thing that we're doing today. And then I put in a slide again for the Mixed Media Magic and PR Possibilities event with Brother that's coming up in March. So there's so many classes, and I know it's really, really hard to keep track of. So I actually made little printouts for you guys. I have a printout. I also have fingers that typed shirt instead of skirt, which we realized once they were all printed. And I'm not going to waste the paper and ink to reprint them for an H versus a K. It says shirt, it's skirt. Yeah. Or we'll do that at the end. Okay. Any questions on the upcoming schedule? It's a lot of different things. It's a lot of new things, but we're wanting to make it fun and new and exciting for you guys.
You mentioned about patches.
Yes.
Steve, and then I think maybe you got off on the embroidery machine, being able to use it. Did you say anything like, is he going to have a class?
He's going to have a class if there's enough interest. We need 3 people minimum to do the class. But if there is an interest, we're going to look at scheduling that maybe February. If you'll be ready for it then. Yeah.
what would be the minimum equipment or machines or?
Okay, so the question was, and I'm repeating it so that the folks at home can hear it, or those on this side of the room, you guys can hear it. For Steve's patch class, what would be the minimum of the equipment needed to be able to do the patches?
That's one of the things. Some machines you can automatically add the border around your design, which is a necessity, but some machines don't do that.
So, and I'm going to repeat it just because, so that voice carries and I have the mic on, he doesn't. He said some machines will allow you to go ahead and add that border around the patch, which is a requisite thing to be able to do to create the patches, while other machines don't have that option built into them, because that's why there's all these different machines. They all have different features and functions. In addition, I believe in Artistic Digitizer, if you have a machine that doesn't, but you have AD, you can add the border around it, which is why, again, we're going back to Darla's class wanting to learn that. So we'll go over what those requisites are, and at the February social, we can put out that kind of a little more specific. You know, these machines are compatible, these ones aren't. The ones who aren't, if you have AD, if you have neither, what else could be done? We'll kind of iron all of that out. Any other questions on that, Madge?
I was thinking it might be something my son-in-law would like to do,
Oh, yeah.
but, I mean, once again, you're teaching like how to make one original, like not buying a
Well,
patch, like you can buy design.
right, but how to take a design and then put a border and turn it in.
Oh,
So, and to repeat for those joining us from home, is this only to create and design something from scratch? And what Steve clarified is, no, you can take a purchased design that you got somewhere, and he'll teach how to bring it in and put it on a patch instead of just on a piece of fabric or whatever else. Also, you can add lettering, you can do whatever. There's possibilities truly are endless. It's just kind of learning the technique of how to frame and border that, and what materials and supplies need to be used, because it is a little bit different than what a lot of us do with various home decor type of items. Okay, so just a couple Kimberbell updates for you guys. The first one is Enchanted Winter, which is here behind me. It is such a cute wall hanging, and even though we're enjoying some warmer temperatures and rain today instead of snow, we are in winter. So we do have that pattern and the embellishment kits. We also have fabric kits for this that we put together so that you can make yours in these same teals and blues and purples. Or I've seen pictures posted online where people have done it with like the red, black, and white colorways. Really, really striking pattern. So Darla's going to get that passed around. Next thing to share from Kimberbell is the Sweetheart Street bench pillow. That is a new design release from them, and we do not have it finished yet. We just need to add the closure and zipper and everything to finish it up for the bench pillow, but the face of it is completed. It is really, really, really cute. And it's just a fun in the hoop embroidery design project. So with that, we have the pattern, which comes as a digital download code from Kimberbell, and the coordinating embellishment kit. And that has, when you look at the sample that's being passed around, there's all these cute little buttons and so forth that's going to come in this kit for you. And then the next, next thing I didn't put a slide in for, but from Kimberbell that we want to show you, we just got in these apron blanks. It's just a plain kind of light beigey colored adult apron. It's a blank. You can add anything you want to it. Make something really cool. This would be great for a gift or for when we were talking earlier. I don't even know where Sandy, I don't see her, but we were talking about, she was baking cookies and whatever. wouldn't it be fun to make a custom apron for doing those cookies? So that's new from Kimberbell. And the last item I'm going to show you guys new from Kimberbell that I brought in. And this was in one of the Bella boxes. Oh, I don't know, maybe about 5-6 months ago from Kimberbell. And the internet went crazy, or at least Facebook went crazy on the Kimberbell groups with their clocks. It is a unassembled clock that's in this kit. You add whatever embroidery. Kimberbell has various designs. You can create your own. You can do your own layout if you have Artistic Digitizer or Artspira. But you add the embroidery for the face of the clock. And then you assemble it together, hang it up on the wall in your sewing room or in your big sewing barn that's 3 times the size as your house. So we're excited to get those in and have those available for you. Okay, a couple other new things that I don't have slides for that I just want to sort of put in front of everybody. We have a new kit. Everybody loves eagles and the eagle panels. So we do have a brand new kit from QT Fabrics. It's Stars Around Quilt Kit, eagle version. So that's a nice, fun little hanging. We also have the panel that you can buy outside of the kit. And it's a beautiful new panel. So we wanted to share that kit with you and that panel. Other new panels that have recently come in while we're on the patriotic theme. And I'm not going to say this right. It's the Susquehanna.
Yeah, it's 250th anniversary.
Sesquicentennial. There it is. Words are hard. Words are hard. But that's our country's 250th birthday, or from our first Independence Day is coming up this summer. And so there's a lot of excitement building around quilting for that coming up. So this is another great panel. This just came in beginning of the week. Can you guys see that? Absolutely gorgeous. So we've got that. So if you want to do your quilting for the summer and get that ready to go. We all have baby shower invitations that come in. And we've got this new panel in with these cute little hedgehogs. And Easter's right around the corner. And we got this in. It has scripture from John 8:12. And I've got to actually lay it down because I can't read through and backwards and sideways. That way it shows up for everybody at home too. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So it's just a beautiful panel for any time of year. Make it for your pastor or your priest, a wall hanging for your church, a wall hanging for your living room. So that's just a really pretty. So Valentine's Day is coming up. And there is this new panel. It would be really cute for a baby quilt or any kind of Valentine's Day wall hanging. And there's coordinating yardage that goes with it. It actually matches with some of the yardage that we included in the 3-yard packet. And the last panel to show you. And we've had this one. This isn't new. We've had it for a little while. But it's winter, and it has a barn with a quilt block, and I love barns personally. And I thought it's the perfect time of year just to show this panel again. It's just a really pretty panel. So we've got that. Other new products to show you guys. This is a hanging scrap bin. It has a little hook and a little bin that you can just hang on the edge of the table. So as you're sewing, constantly snipping threads or little corners off of whatever's, it's just a great little thread catcher to have right there.
Mostly for display, right?
Well, some of the women still throw it on the floor. Yeah, there is that. It's just the beige. That's the only color it came in. But we do have, I believe, a yellow and white stripe out there as well. Not yet. Not yet. That would be nice though if we could. The question was, can we get the Kimberbell blank aprons in other colors that, or just the beige? But I haven't seen the black yet from them. That would be nice though. A couple of other things that we brought in. This is a Hoop Sister design that we've had. This came out about a year ago, but coming into Valentine's Day, it's a digital file. You can do a wall hanging or this tiny topper, and we have fabric kits for that. So again, if you're just looking for a cute, fast, fun little Valentine project leading into February, we have that you can do as well. And then we have these, which aren't seen or noticed often, but the burrito pillowcases, where you have you make your whole little roll and you roll it up and you do your stitch and pull it through and ta-da. It's a fun, quick, what's that? And voila, et voila. That's, I think, the only French I can speak. But we put together some kits. There's a whole rack of them. I just grabbed 3 of them, but there's these gals have been having fun picking and choosing various fabrics. Like here's a Valentine one. Pittsburgh Penguins, any hockey fans? I think there's Penn State out there. Here's dinosaurs. There's the princesses. There's little backhoes and trucks for kids. They're just fun little quick, easy projects if you need to make a quick little something for anybody. I think there's some camping themed kits that you guys put together maybe. And so we've got that. So, and then the question was, do we have the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers fabrics? Yes. The Bills fabric has been back ordered for the past like 2.5 months, and it came yesterday. So, yep, we've got the Bills fabric. We also have the Steelers fabrics. So, and we can put together pillowcase kits or whatever. That's fun for any fans, especially because teams are doing pretty good. Okay, next slide. Oh. Okay, our next slide is just our affiliate link reminder. This is how it looks on our current outgoing website. Scroll down to the red bar and click the affiliate links. We'll also get that going on our new website. And that is if you want to go shop with, let's say, Hoop Sisters, or let's say Kimberbell, or Me Time Delivered and OESD, you can go to our website first, superstitch.com, scroll down, click that vendor's link, and it takes you to their webpage. But in the fancy schmanciness of the computer world, it knows that you routed and directed out of our website. And that way, any shopping or purchases you make on those websites also help support your local store. So we appreciate it anytime that you're shopping with them. If you're able to click on the affiliate link, it helps us while you're shopping with them. So we thank you for that. And then our monthly reminder of just calling ahead to schedule appointments. That's been working out really, really great. Because we've run into troubles before where we have something scheduled with somebody and then somebody else shows up and wants us to spend an hour or 2 with them working one-on-one, and we don't have the resource to do that. So by scheduling ahead, that window of time is set aside, is blocked out just for you to give you that in-depth extra help that you need. So that's just that little reminder for those in-depth helps with your machines or softwares. And we are ready for a demo. Are there any questions on anything that I've presented? Okay. Well, then at this time, I'm going to invite Darlene up. She's going to do our demo for us this morning. I'm going to clip you into a mic, and I'm going to get out of your way.
Okay,
And we might want to use the overhead on this a little bit too, Steve, if we can.
if anybody has fabric and you don't know what to do with it, you can make a scarf. What you do is you have to cut fabric that's
Yeah,
on
and-
the bias. And you have to determine how long you want your scarf and how wide you want your scarf. And if you want to know how to do the bias, this is a nice way to use up fabric that you're thinking, oh, this is ugly, or I don't know why I bought this, or it ravels. But anyhow,
Just regular quilter's cotton. Yep.
yeah, just regular quilter's cotton, or if you happen to have homespun from years ago, because it ravels really, anything that ravels really good is very good. But anyhow, you cut bias strips, and what a bias strip is, anybody that gives me anything, I take it and I repurpose it. But a bias strip would be cutting your fabric like this. If there's a ruler, but you know, on there's these. So you have to cut your bias strips as wide as you want your scarf. And if it's not long enough, you piece it and you open the seam. Okay. Vanna's off today, so. Okay, now these are not cut on the bias because this is just for demo purposes. So you need 5 layers is the best.
We're gonna kind of spread on this board too. That was Steve can capture
oh,
overhead
that
for
was, okay.
our friends at home.
It's hard to get good help. I know. So anyhow, I cut 5 strips, okay? And this is how wide I want my scarf. So the first one I lay right side down. And then you spray it. That way it helps all the layers to
What
stay
are we
together.
spraying it with? The 505?
The 505.
It's a temporary spray adhesive. So it's like a basting spray.
Yep.
And yeah, here's Steve's going to pass a can of it around.
Now, the only thing you have to remember is what color your center fabric is. So I'll lay this one down, wrong sides together. And the third one, it doesn't make a difference. Because that's the one you're not going to cut. Okay, so anyhow, you have to pretend those are lined up. My center is going to be blue. So you can lay this one down.
And this is the one that you said it doesn't matter if it's face up, face down.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Voila. There. It's good enough. Okay. And so you are like laying a fabric down, you're spraying, laying the fabric down till you get all 5. And since there's yellow in here, I like to have a little bit of yellow in it. But if you wanted to use all the same fabric, you can. This was all the same fabric. It was some rayon fabric I had, and I have no idea where it came from. And I wanted to use it and try the technique. So now with this one, you're going to put it right side up.
So we start right side down.
Yeah.
Our second layer is right side up. Our third layer doesn't matter. Our fourth
Okay.
layer is right side up.
So there. Okay.
And then right side up on this top one.
Okay. So once they're all lined up, you have to hack this off so it's even, and then you hack that off so it's even. Okay.
Hack.
Back. Hack. Okay. And then down the center, you will mark a line with chalk. And you'll sew down that line from the very end to the very end. Every 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, you will make a seam. So when you're done, you'll have these all sewed from one end
It's
to
just
the other
lines
end.
going down, right?
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, from like lengthwise. So you'll sew all these. And then you cut. You will only cut through like 2 layers on this side and 2 layers on this side. So that's why you got to remember what the center fabric is, because that's the one you don't want to cut or it's going to fall apart. Every 1/2 inch to 3/4. Then they have one of these cutters. Okay, that has this little bottom to it.
You kind of hold it under here too.
Sorry, there. And you will like start at the end and you will go through the top 2 layers only, and you're going to cut. And you will cut down all of those channels. And if you can see, these were all cut, but the center one is not cut. And I will pass this around. So like the center one is not cut. So you do one side, then you flip it over and you do the other side. You only cut through the 2 layers. And then when you're all done, you have to decide how long you want your fringe. So if you want 6 inches, then from the end, you will cut like between your little sewing lines, 6 inches. And that
Cutting
makes
through
your
that
fringe.
center layer too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Through everything. And that's your fringe. If you want a long fringe, then you have to cut up further. If you want a short fringe, then you only cut up whatever you want. And then you throw it in the washer and the dryer, and it frays. So this will be a short little scarf. And this was a really long scarf. I think this is 72 or something like this. This is when it's really snowing, and you but it's very warm, very soft. But if there's fabric that you really don't like and you want to get rid of, put it in a scarf.
And you don't notice the seam if you have to seam it to make it longer.
Yes, you just have to seam it, with a 1/2 inch seam. You press the seam open. You will never see it in here because it's all cut.
So the scarf is 5 layers thick.
5 layers, yes. It says you can do it with 3, but 3 made it really flimsy. So this is very warm. You won't need it today, but then I have another one.
There's a question, Darlene, from
Yes.
Karen.
Each of those layers as long as you want the scarf, or do you have to do it longer? Like you said, the same width, you cut the layers, but what
So-
about the length?
So the length, is there any shrink, or you just cut it as long as you want it to be?
I just cut it as long as I want it to be.
As long as you want the scarf.
Right. Because it was from here. Yeah. This like scarf is going to be that long. And then you will lose some of it in the fringe. Okay?
And then just a reminder too, when you're cutting your strips, cut them on the bias, not straight
Right.
of grain.
And then this other friend of mine made me this one. This is out of flannel. And so she layered up flannel and sewed it like together and fringed it. And these make like cute little scarves.
Like a little rag quilt. is a
Little
scarf.
rag quilts, and there's pockets on the inside. So I'll pass this one around. But this lady made all of the board members in the guild one of these little scarves. And I thought it was pretty cute. So if you have some flannel squares, you can do this. That's it.
Thank you. So
This pattern came back in September, October 2003 from Fawns and Porter. This is the directions, and I found it in a couple of magazines, and I said, I have to try this. It just looks
And here's the beauty too. And there's a couple questions about like, wait a minute, what do we? This will be posted today on our Facebook for about a month and on YouTube indefinitely to go back and rewatch. So if you want to try this, go to Super Stitch Sewing on YouTube, pull up our video, fast forward to the part that we started the demo, and then you can rewatch and listen and pause it and do your steps and unpause it and play it and get that reminder. And then we'll pass this around. That tool that she used to cut it, the thing, it's called a Comfort Grip Chanel cutter. And the one that we have is from Quarter Select. And it just goes right through, like she was showing, those tunnels between your seam lines. So we'll go ahead and get that passed around that you guys can see what that was. And then one last item to show you guys before we move into our show and tell is a new pattern we just got in. Trina's going to play with it and work with Steve and get a little bit of guidance on the cover stitching from him. But this is a runner and placemat pattern, which is completely and entirely made on the serger and cover stitch.
Yeah, see,
It's really, really cool. And so we're going to play with that. So stay tuned because we
Easy
do want to do
peasy.
some more
Yeah.
serger classes for you guys. So that's something fun. Marcia.
When we get on YouTube, how do we get to Ann's or on your thing?
Okay, so the question was, when we get onto YouTube, how do we get to the replay? On the main search box on YouTube, you want to type in Super Stitch Sewing. Another way is on our website, on our current one, and we'll get it on the future one too. As we move forward, there's a link to our YouTube. Also on any of the emails we send out, on the footer, there's little buttons and there's a YouTube button on there. But if you just open up YouTube and type Super Stitch Sewing, it will come up with, you'll recognize our logo and everything, and you click it. And
Found it before and I couldn't find it.
yep, and there's a button for videos, and then there's, I think you can hit lives and it'll show you the whole, you can watch all of these socials and go back through. But yeah, so just, if you open up the January 26th social, fast forward, and then you can go through and make your chenilled scarf. I told you guys, words are hard, especially after you've talked this long. That's true.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay, so one of the questions that came up online, and Darlene, if you could help answer this, is when you do these chenilled scarves, is there much shrinkage?
I didn't notice any.
Okay, and Darlene's answer for those at home was she didn't notice any shrinkage. You might have a tiny nominal amount, but okay. Any other questions before we do our show and tell? Okay. Okay, so for our show and tell, I have a slide first to show you guys. This is Karen Genderzak's. These were gifts, and do you want to come up and speak to them at all, Karen, or not much to say?
The Nutcracker was double-sided, so he's the same on both sides.
So double-sided Nutcracker
And he was about 3 feet tall.
and 3 feet tall. And then the other, the tiling scene
Tile scheme
from Urban Threads. So she sent the pictures in to me so that we could put them on the slide. So we had that from Karen. And then I brought a show and tell again. So I actually brought two. The first one, this is just a quick little easy fun folded star hot pat trivet. And it's a plum easy pattern. And it's just a real simple, I don't know if you want to catch it. Okay. So that's my one show and tell.
Did you want me to pass this stuff?
Doesn't need to be, unless anybody's curious about closer. And I'm going to actually, I think at this point, move in front of the table We'll slide the table back real quick so that we have room for everybody else. This is a baby quilt that I made for my youngest daughter when she was an infant. And this was towards the infancy of my quilting journey. So when you look at the back, I'm seeing lots of mistakes and boogers and so forth, that it's like, yeah, I've come a long way myself through my own quilting journey. But this was just a fun little hand-guided applique that I had made for her way back when. So that's my show and tell. Thank you. And then I'm going to start right here with you, Ian. Where's the other mic?
It's right here. Even if it's just here.
Yep.
Well, I finally felt good enough to do a little sewing at home, and my son was taking my granddaughters to Disney World. So I made 2 little dresses for them to go to Disney World. So the 2 girls, they're 3 and 5. They came over, and actually I just gave Lucia her own sewing and embroidery machine that does Disney. So we use the Artspira app. I brought up the app, and they were able to go through all of the Disney princesses and pick out the princess that they wanted. And they did the embroidery themselves. And so I'll put it under the thing here in a little bit. So the girls did their own embroidery, and actually Trina had the dress pattern. And so I just made a little dress for them to wear.
And what was your custom modification?
And then, so because was a little worried about my 2 little granddaughters being at Disney World and making sure that my son and daughter-in-law didn't lose them, I put a secret little pocket inside and put an air tag in it. So there's an air tag in there that they did not lose them. But, just in case. You
just never know.
They wander off or whatever. So there was just a little air tag in there, so they were able to keep track of where they were. So that was my little modification. And then I actually made some extra air tag, just made little pockets that they could use to pin onto something else. But these were actually sewn right into the dress.
Nice.
That's my show.
Very good.
And then chalk is this way.
So this is their embroidery.
Okay.
So they both picked Jasmine. And then maybe I can show the,
Yeah, show the air tag too.
Here's
Steve,
the-
you can catch it on the.
so it's just made a little pocket and sewed it right into the waistline seam. And then there's a little air tag in there. So they were able to keep track of them.
Just flashed and all this means when
Great idea.
I'm just going to make a real quick little announcement just in case for the folks at home. We just had a quick little power blip and all the screens went dark, and it looks like everything's still going on the live stream live, but it is very windy today. And if we do suddenly and abruptly lose the live stream, that's what's going on. And hopefully we don't get a dark room either here. So we're just going to cross our fingers and we're just going to keep motoring through, but just in case, there's your heads up. Karen, do you have anything?
Just like.
Just your sweater? Well, yeah, bring it up. She had her slides, and then we'll.
This is the class I took with Ellen.
In case it didn't come through for those online, the sweater that she's wearing, she made with a class, the knitting class this fall that she did with Ellen. It's gorgeous. Awesome. And then before we get to you, Darlene, I want to kind of hit this little hook here on the side. Do you have anything, Sue? Do you have anything? Betty? Okay. So Betty's going to make her way up here in a moment.
I have a table runner. And it was made with.
Oh, is that gorgeous?
My daughter brought me back the fabrics from Amsterdam.
And we'll, so in case that didn't come through, her daughter brought the fabrics back from Amsterdam that she was able to use. Gorgeous. And you know what, Betty, if we can just put this here on this white board, real quick. And Steve can grab an overview. That way the folks at home can see a close up because those fabrics are gorgeous. Good. Okay. Thank you very much. And then Darla will get you a ticket if you want to see her. Sandy?
I just had some little quilting fabrics using the affiliate link to OESD. They had smashing sales on Cyber Monday, and they had this ombre lettering, which I just loved. They've had it into a calendar, and it's like, I'm not making a calendar. So I made a sweatshirt for Northeast.
There you go.
That is really cool with the zip code.
And it was fun to use Artistic Digitizer because, of course, each letter was separate. So I wanted to sew the ivory, the tan, the brown, and the green all at one time without flopping between the colors on all the letters.
So you were able to
So-
bring it in, lay out all 5 of the digits, and then do a color sort so that it
Yep.
just did
Yep.
each color.
So that
through.
it was fun, but I'll be taking the
And you know what? I'm going to
And then
put this here for Steve
in
to.
September, Juju had a sale, and I bounced into this. They call it their Daisy Doodle Bean Stitch Alphabet. I didn't want to bean stitch it on a sweatshirt, so I changed it to a satin stitch with Artistic Edge Digitizer. But what they changed with this alphabet is they realized that they were making the alphabet and they were making it seasonal, all in one pattern, and they broke the patterns out into standalone collections. So this is like their winter collection. They had a ton of different collections. So I'm working on making a bunting for my fireplace with their
Oh, how
winter collection.
cute.
But I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy all these little kits of all the different designs, because even if you don't stick it on their alphabets, you can do a bunch of other stuff with it.
Yep.
So
And that's a good point with any embroidery design from any of the embroidery companies. If there's just one little element you like, just do that one little element.
Yep.
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 Sky's the limit.
it is. Yep.
It's gorgeous. Thank you. Mary Lib, did you have one today? Okay. And then we'll jump back to Darlene.
I've been in the jacket mode this week, so I made 3 jackets this week.
So Sandy must have worn off on Darlene with
Yeah, well,
jackets.
So I made this one. A friend of mine went south and she gave me a trunk load of wool, which she knew she wouldn't use, but I use wool all the time because I'm always cold. So I made this one. And then I went home yesterday from here. This is a really quick pattern. I made a linen one.
Really quick. Yeah.
Cool.
And it was later in the day yesterday, let me add.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I had this corduroy from Joann's years ago. And so I made like a coat jacket out of this corduroy. Somebody gave me the fabric for the lining, you know, it was in my stash. And so anyhow, I made this. But the pattern is
I
ancient.
swear you do not sleep.
I do 9 hours like a rock. Okay. And this pattern is $7. This tells you how old this pattern is. And I love it. I've made it many times. But then when I was ordering my thread, I saw this other jacket pattern. Start after breakfast, finish before lunch. That's a challenge. So I got this one to try.
So next month you'll be in Florida, but
I
you can
will be in
send us a
Florida.
picture and we
Yes,
can put
I'll
it on a
send you-
slide
yeah.
and we'll show everybody and we can talk about if
See, I actually started out as a garment sewing. So that's why I'm thinking this class is really good because we all like to sew, you know, this is just different.
Yeah.
Okay.
awesome. Thank you. Shar, do you have anything?
I think that Leanne and I have cahoots together. I saw this design at another fabric shop. I'm from Leroy, so I'm more Rochester area, and I've come here for decades. And this started out just a simple purse, but this is from a brother machine. I have a Luminaire. And I saw it and I said, oh my God, I love it. So with the help of Leanne, she walked me through how to do the stippling. It was a different design. And then I wanted my initial on it. And then this is Sally Tomato hardware. And I have wore it, so I'm very ashamed that I didn't.
Oh, I think it's great.
well worn.
And you know, can we just stick it here and then we'll put the top of it. Oh, people don't need to see your stuff. We'll put
Yeah.
it like that. Good. Okay. Yeah, so she called the one day and she said, I was in another shop somewhere and I saw this. I'd love to know how to make this. And I said, okay, send me a picture. And so you texted me a photograph of what she saw in the store. And I'm like, okay, yes, we can do this. And so
We went through everything and.
we went through everything and I did some quick little videos that I
Yes, she did. That
texted
was
to you.
great.
And
And then what was nice is, the Luminaire has some built-in designs, so that came in.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep.
So-
yeah, we did
That's
that all
right,
with
too,
built
Jen.
in. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So,
Took me a couple days, not like Darlene.
yeah, not like Darlene, who's start after breakfast and done before lunch.
And I am getting cortisone shots in my knees in about a week. And if you think I got energy now.
Oh boy. Yeah, get some steroids in your system. You'll be. Oh, okay. So if anybody's seeing my face at home who's not in the room, it's because I'm reacting to what Sue's bringing up. Wait with bated breath. It's so it's an unmobile mobile. Come over this way closer so that the cameras can. That is gorgeous.
Can't lay it down.
Yeah, we can't lay it down, but if you hold it over here, like where my hand is, just hold it up. And then I can just turn a couple of these maybe. Yep. Those are amazing. Okay. Just scraps and where did you find the design? Yeah. A sweet pea. Somebody's out of line. Oh, and yep, there you go. You got the right one.
There we go.
There we go.
And I have, it's an antique lamp that has two globes on it. And this fits right down over the top globe.
Oh,
And then it hangs around my lamp.
that is beautiful. And even with the little bit of the fan air movement, just watching how, and just you're holding it, how those leaves are.
Post a picture with it on the lamp.
Oh, yeah. that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Take a picture, yeah, and email it to me, and then we can post it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will do.
That's gorgeous. Marcia, did you have one this morning? Linda? There is no need to be embarrassed. You know, we're at all in different places in our sewing journey. And I showed something, one of my earlier things that I'm embarrassed about. So don't be embarrassed.
I made these, it was a set of 6 that I gave.
Those are beautiful.
This was something I got at the shop, on the shop, and then I made napkins.
Matching napkins. Can we put the placemat on the overhead and then our friends at home, and I'm going to turn it this way so that it's face up for them.
I added the mushrooms freehand, so they're not.
No, they're great. And it echoes the
Yeah.
pattern in your fabric. It's beautiful. Thank you. See Darla on your way back. And then I guess we'll just continue working up this side with Karen. I don't know why you guys are saying you're embarrassed. My goodness. And it does take guts to share what we have been working on, but everything is gorgeous.
I made a few of these for gifts, and after Christmas, I figured this was for me, my therapy pillow.
That's your therapy. I love it. I love it.
Envelope back, so it's easy, and it was the first time I put binding on the pillow.
Oh, it's gorgeous. You know what, Karen? We'll throw it on the overhead too. Go like that. And got the thumbs up from Steve. You got it. All right. Thank you. Lisa? Linda? Okay. Well, then we'll go back, I guess, to Sue. Well, come on up because our friends at home can't see. Oh. Well, what she was showing, I'll say, is she finished her quilted sweatshirt jacket class that she took with Sandy, and she got that done, so she's wearing it today. Sherry? Marie? Lois? Oh, nope. Okay, well then we'll come up here to Linda, and we'll kind of hook back to Mary, towards Mary that way.
Well, I finally
Wow.
got the embroidery bug and got my machine in the end of October. So this is my very first embroidery project
Just, and that's the Hoop Sisters Classic Christmas with the,
that we
Truck
had a
and
class
leaves?
on.
Yep.
So I got started with some good help and it was very, very good. So
and it came together beautifully.
I need to practice my trimming. I haven't mastered that yet, but
And that's the beauty of those monthly classes.
yes.
Yep.
And I'm signed up.
Yes, you are.
So
Yes, she
there we
is.
go.
Yay! Thank you. Lorraine? And then Darla, if you can help to hold this and
Yeah, I don't get this directional. I don't remember.
and then I'll hold this side behind her so that she can talk.
Oh, this way. This way. So this was a pattern from Flamingo Toes or Beverly McCullough. And it was, the pattern's called Melody Lane, and so is the fabric. And she did a sew along with this. I think it was last February and March that I worked on that. Thank you. Still need to put the binding on, but I got that.
That's gorgeous.
Nice and soft.
Yeah.
It is.
Can you hold the bottom up so we
Oh,
can see?
sure.
So I'm not any taller.
Yeah.
the same font?
And it's nice, she broke it down, so we did the bird houses, then we did the stars, then we did these little flowers. So it made it more, doable, so.
That's
One
really
bite at a
good.
time.
Yep, one bite at a time. One gorgeous. Thank you. Wow. Mary?
Oh.
My Quilt Guild is making placemats for Meals on Wheels, and I had always wanted to try the crumb quilting. So I took a lot of the scraps. I call this crouton quilting because
Crouton.
pieces are toast quilting because my pieces aren't really crumbs, but I used up a lot of fabric scraps that people had given me. So it was a lot of fun to just not measure
Oh, that is
anything,
great.
just let it go.
And can we stick one under the overhead? Just to sort of, and on the back, there's also with the crumbs or croutons or toast. Thank you, Mary. I love it. Jenny, did you have anything today? Madge, do you have anything back here in the back? Sure, come on up.
Last fall, my niece from Pittsburgh, is a quilter. I'm not a quilter. I'm not a sewer. I'm new at this. It's very interesting, but you talked about your panels.
Yes.
And you got a panel from here. And my grandson is into hunting. He bought the one with the deer. We
Oh.
made it into a quillo.
Oh, yes. And if you want to come up this way, that way the camera can catch you so our friends that are live streaming can see. Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
So she was saying that she bought a panel and made a quillo.
I
And
did my niece.
or your
Okay.
niece helped
I
you.
helped cut it. She did the
Well,
sewing.
But that's where we all begin.
Okay, that's
We all
fine.
begin somewhere. We all begin somewhere. And quillos are something too that we're looking at doing as a
That's what I heard.
as a class. Yep.
Was interested.
What is a quillo? I have one and I don't have it here with me.
It's a blanket.
Do you have one with?
No, you should put the camera underneath.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh,
We'll do that.
it's a
We'll
blanket with a
get
pillow.
there. So what it is you make a throw blanket and then you have a little pocket towards the bottom of the center. And the way that you fold it, you fold the blanket into the sleeve to become a throw pillow. And so you can have it as looks like a pillow on your couch. Yep. And then we'll set this here that everybody
It's a little wrinkled now.
well, that
We've been
happens.
practicing how to fold it to get it into the pillow.
I don't know if you can see that. Yep, I can. Is that close enough? Unfortunately, we're not able to throw it on the overhead screen too, but I'll kind of do this for, yep. It's a gorgeous panel with the 3 deer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then as you go back, you can show it to the folks around your side. But yeah, it just, you fold it all in so it displays as a throw pillow. until you want to cover up when you're watching a movie, and you can just unfold it and have that. So that's something that is in the, I didn't go over it yet because it's a little bit further out, but that one is on our to-do list of classes. Is a Quillo. Yep. It is great for a car. And actually, I do have one in my car right now. That's why I'm like, oh, can I run out there? I'm like, no. Do you have Okay, so this was
I've known about these cool things, 30 years ago when I was young. But I may not. I'm going to take her refresher sewing course because I have a granddaughter who is a competitive ice skater, and she came to me and she said, "Grammy, here's a drawing I made. You used to sew, you can make it." Well,
and
No,
Janice
they-
getting the picture up while she's talking.
She thinks she is. She's so. This is the problem. I'm computerized.
Is it in your
Dumb.
photos right there?
That's the wrong photo. I put it on here so I would just pull it up.
And now it doesn't want to.
So,
Well, maybe you can just tell us about it.
well,
Oh,
no,
nope, she
here
got it.
is. So, I don't know. How do I make that come big?
Well, let's because it's wanting to save it. Let's hit the X.
Oh,
There we go.
So
I'm gonna hold this under the
drew this
overhead.
up, and then fabrics from the 70s when I learned to sew have changed. So I brought, these are like four-way
Oh, wow.
stretch things that I don't know how. And this is like netting, and then you put all these beads in it.
Can you Vanna to these
And you
guys?
do all this, so I didn't even know, like, when I was making something you ruffled, you just gathered it up and you sewed it on there. Well, now they have all these other
Rufflers. And, yep, now
and so the dress came back in December for the February competition, and it's been remodeled, and the skirt is much cleaner, much neater. You talk about being embarrassed. Anybody that came at the competition and said, "Where'd you get that dress?" And she's, "My grandma made it. I just want to curl."
Oh,
Because the craftsmanship in it was awful.
but you know
We
what?
got it hooked together. And she wore it and she got a third, but it looked like, oh, more. So I found a lady in Pittsburgh that does skating, and I found a knit or a stretch skating books, and I'm learning how to use the internet
Really?
and the skating.
That is
side.
wonderful.
So,
Wow.
The other picture is on here of the new one.
And I'm sure that, when you said you just wanted to crawl into a ball when she said my grandmother made it, everybody else was probably in complete
Oh, yeah.
awe that her grandmother made
The
it.
Mercyhurst
You know?
Skaters Club happened to be in Florida, and they said, "Do you know how to fix them? Because we have one that just broke in a couple college pounds, and she needs her zipper redone, and she needs this." And I went, "Oh Lord, no, the zipper."
Thank you. Oh, Janet.
Teaching me how to. Oh, thank you. Buy a Janome, because I only had an old sewing machine that did nothing. And I still
Yep.
am learning. So, thank you. We all are.
We are all learning. Yeah, we are all, no matter, even Darlene, who just whips up a jacket overnight, is still learning. Yeah. After breakfast. Yeah. All right, Karen and Glenn.
What time do you get up in the morning?
It is hidden in a bag. Right? Oh,
We got a new little monkey.
he is so cute. I love his face. Yep. Yep. And then we'll kind of lean him back a little bit
Look at
so
his
that
little
they
toes.
can see the front of him. Is that good?
And I made one of these for my friend Audrey, and she put it under her Christmas tree. And I bought her a cat for her birthday, and a cat goes up to it and hisses at it.
Oh, does it really?
I'm thinking the cat's gonna attack him. She runs.
Oh,
There's a
so
little kitty.
cute. And I'm going
And
to turn that.
we couldn't figure out which one of these to bring, so we brought both of them.
Oh,
This is a little mouse.
little mouse.
And he comes with cheese and a strawberry.
Oh, how fun.
This one has 3 blind mice on it.
So you need to send one to Audrey and see if her cat, who's hissing at the stuffed
Feed the
cat,
mouse.
attacks the mouse. Yeah.
Feed the mouse cheese.
Yep. Perfect. Yep. Steve nodded. He got it. Those are adorable. Oh, what fun. Anybody else have anything that we may have missed?
Read the purple.
Thank you. I am always in such awe of the vast array of projects. I mean, we're going from little girls' dresses to figure skating outfits to pot holders to mobiles that are stitched in the hoop to our first embroidery projects to these huge detailed quilts and the stuffies and chenilled scarves and whatever. It amazes me, the vast array, how different all of these projects are, and the creativity, and where everybody, I think we are all our own worst critic, but the rest of us look at it in absolute awe. And I just thank you guys for month after month bringing in your projects and sharing what you've been working on and giving inspiration to one another. It's just my favorite part of doing these socials. So thank you. Linda gave me her phone with a little quote to read, which is a fun little something for us with it being the new year and the start of a new year. It says, my New Year's resolution is to finish the quilt projects in 2026 that I should have finished in 2025, having started them in 2024, after buying supplies in 2023 for the patterns that I collected in 2022 to go with the fabric on my shelves in 2021. So while Darlene might just go boop overnight, the rest of us need this resolution. The only difference is where that quote talks about buying the fabric and the patterns in 2021, 2022. I might have some from 2010, 2015. We're not going to go there. And we might have some from the 70s. Yeah, exactly. But wouldn't those be great in those scarves? Make a chenilled scarf. So that's everything for our show and tell and our presentation. So we just need to do some prizes and finish up from there. So what we are giving away today, and we will do one for somebody here in store and somebody at home. It's just a little Janome swag item. It's very small, but it's a cell phone stand. It opens up and it just sits on your desk, and you take your phone, and I think my pop socket's in the way. You can prop your phone. And where this is great are a lot of our embroidery patterns, and even some of our just ordinary sewing patterns. Why do we want to print out 1,000 pages and keep track of where we can have it up on our phone? Or if we bring the social replay back up and we're trying to chenille our scarf and figure that out, you can have your phone sitting beside you, hit pause, or have your PDF up, and that way you have it digitally right beside where you're working. So we're giving away 2 lucky winners for the little phone stand. And we do have some more of them available if anybody wants to purchase one. They're $3 each. So if we want to do the online drawing, Steve, are you ready for that one? And this is everybody who commented 2026 during our live stream this morning. And Tammy Berg. So Tammy, if you could please send an email just to confirm your address so that we can get it in the mail to you. My email address is leanne@superstitch.com. That's LEANNE @superstitch.com. So congratulations, Tammy. Now for our in-store person, Linda, would you be willing to come up and draw? Darla will get them all mixed up. Unless it's your own, and then. Okay, our in-store winner of the cell phone stand, 775-406. That's Karen. Congratulations. Okay, and then just for the fun of it, because it's a new year, we'll do 2 more drawings for in-store winners. These are just little, but they are little emery boards with Janome on it. So it's just a little fun, something. We all need one in our purse. I'll pull this one, and then we'll have Ann pull the last one. Okay, this one is 775394.
394.
394 is Darlene, and it has Janome on it. And then we'll have Ann pull our last one. All right, this one is 775403. And that's Mary. Whoop, got it. Thanks, Lorraine. Okay, does
Oh, I made this years ago. Remember this, Dan? Oh, yeah.
oh, yep, little clutch wallet. She amazes me with the things she makes. Does anybody else have anything else before we end the live stream? Any other questions? Any other? All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for another wonderful January. I'm getting carts ahead of the horse here. January Super Stitch Social, and come on in and see us. We're hoping that we have lots of new fun things to keep you energized, inspired, invigorated, and ready to sew. And talk to Steve or I, or yep.
Rick was asking that next
Come on.
next month when you come.
Hold on. Wait. We're gonna get where we have a microphone. Lisa is delivering a message from Rick.
Next month when you come for the social, would you please park in the back just so we have a little more space out front for other customers?
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and sign off of the live stream if there's no other questions or comments or thoughts. All right. Bye, everybody. And then, okay. So